Welcome to Thursday. Thursday.
Sorry, I glitched.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the way we feel these days.
Oh man, some days are a little more glitchy than others.
Right?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Keith. This is Pastor Aaron. We're just a couple dads with coffee, talking about real life stuff.
Real life stuff. Well, this weekend is Mother's Day. Mother's
Is
Day.
indeed. And
Mother's
who,
Day.
Who could be here without their mother? Literally no one.
Literally nobody.
Literally no one.
Nope.
So, it's not Mother's Day, but my sister posted yesterday. It's been 15 years since my dad passed. Yesterday, and so my mom passed right before him in August. So this year will be 16 for my mom.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I mean, Evan was the last grandchild on that side of the family. So,
And he's 16.
Mom got to see all of her grandchildren. In fact, I contest that she held on
Of course you do.
until Evan and Joanna and Marcus and Ryan and Carter.
I have a feeling that you might have some siblings that would possibly disagree with you.
No, they
But you got facts on your side.
They would probably agree on this
But
one
you have facts on your side.
because when death was imminent when I was called. I was in Pennsylvania at the time,
Yeah.
and so I don't know if I drove in. That was 16 years ago.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute.
But appreciate your mothers.
Absolutely.
Love your mothers while they're still here.
This will be the first one for Dulcie without hers.
The first,
So it'll be tough, I think.
if I can give any advice to anyone that's lost a parent, first year is the worst year.
Oh yeah. Well, it's the firsts.
Yeah.
All the firsts.
First missed birthday, first missed Mother's Day, first missed Christmas.
Her mother's birthday was last Saturday.
Yeah.
And now Mother's Day is coming.
So it's compounding.
Oh yeah.
But here I am 16 years later, and I think of all the great things that Mom did for us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, even if you go through the contentious years, I think you look back and I don't know, I think there's just some kind of sentiment that's there at Mother's Day that it doesn't matter the relational stress that may have happened over the years.
Which-
It's still Mom's Day.
Yeah.
And it's just still Mom's Day, and Mother's Day has gotten difficult for us to navigate through some of those difficult waters as pastors. Because growing up, we used to give all the special things. The oldest, the youngest, the newest, the most kids present, and I believe that there had been miscarriages and fertility issues all the years. It seems like it's either increased these last 20 years or the media has allowed us to know more about it, or a combination of
And
the two.
we've just become more sensitive to it.
Right. Well, and it's. I mean, we should.
Right.
It's a sensitive issue, and it's to be able to make those kinds of decisions. And so we've had to alter some things
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Mom's Day, and yet for the moms that are out there, like we feel, and I've been told this, so it's not I'm not trying to mansplain.
Right.
I've been told this. We totally, as a mom, we totally understand a younger woman that can't or hasn't or wants or whatever. But that doesn't negate the reality of Mom's Day.
Right. I have some really good friends in Louisiana who, for whatever reason, she could not carry a child.
Sure.
And they were finally able to adopt about,
Right.
gosh, I bet it's been 15, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
It seems like forever ago, but just because you can't birth a child doesn't mean you can't be a mother.
Yeah, you can mom in a lot of ways.
Oh, I can think of a really good friend here who, while she may not have any children of her own, she has mothered at least 3 children
Right.
through the foster system.
Absolutely.
Now, while they may not be her children, they're her children.
They're
Those are
hers
kids.
when they're in the house.
Yeah, those are her babies.
That's right. I think the foster system and the adoption process, I mean, it's fantastic.
We've, we're coming up on empty nest syndrome here in just a couple years, and we're praying through the foster process.
Right.
I don't know if we've had kids living in our house for.
It's going to feel odd to not.
Yeah, what's it been 20? How's Marcus 27?
6, isn't it? Yeah,
26.
6. Yeah.
Sometimes I have to do math.
Right. It's hard.
Sometimes.
It's hard in the mornings.
Especially in the morning.
Drink more coffee.
I've nearly not touched my coffee. But yeah, for the past 26 years, we've had not only our kids, but,
Other kids.
Yes. I have many sons.
Yes.
I have many sons. From Jay Turner, who's 26, down to, Chris Contreras, who's 16.
Right.
So,
right.
And beyond. And I'm sure it'll go and beyond.
Absolutely.
So I started a new thing on. Started a
No.
new thing on Wednesday nights.
Okay.
Actually, not every Wednesday night.
The first
The
Wednesday.
first Wednesday.
Fun Wednesday.
It's first Wednesday, Fun's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, the kids had a blast last night.
Cool.
We had played kickball. I bought this 4-square volleyball thing. It's kind of like 9 square in the air, but you don't have to have 9 people to play it.
Right.
And it's adjustable in height, so I can make it great
Okay.
for little ones or great for giants, right? Full
Cool.
size. We played kickball. We had nachos and tacos and strawberry shortcake.
We had to have tacos because it was Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, and they're easy to make.
And that too.
And they're easy to make. So, anyway, big day today for the Summers family.
Yeah, Samuel's coming home, so I'm headed out. I'm road tripping today. He's got he can put most everything in his car except for the fridges, and so he can't get the fridges in his car and everything else. So, gonna go up there, help him get everything loaded up, and her folks bought a house in Stillwater for all the grandkids to share as they come through. So I'm just basically just going to pick up some things and take them over to the condo, what's what we call it.
Right.
And then help him get out, and we'll eat dinner in the city somewhere, probably Ted's. And then
You never get tired of that place, do
I
you?
no, well, I don't get it as often as I once
Every
did.
time
I
the
don't
man
get it.
goes to Stillwater, I see a picture of him eating at Ted's.
In the city, because
Yeah.
I wish
Oh,
they
yeah.
had it. I wish
Yeah,
they
in the
had
city.
it in
In the
Stillwater.
city.
But
I've never heard of the place.
I'll let him pick. I don't care. Ted's.
He's gonna go to Ted's.
He can have freedom to choose Ted's and wherever he wants to eat Ted's, and that's just things like
Right.
that.
As long as he chooses Ted's, he's right.
He's right. He's absolutely right, and it was his choice.
Of course it was his choice. Of course it was his choice. It's his choice to have him come up and help you get back home. So.
Oh my gosh! But you recently had to do
Well,
a car swappage
I
thing.
did do a road trip, but I only had to go to Round Rock. So I guess it's about the same distances. What's Stillwater? 4 hours?
Yeah.
So
You're-
I only went to Round Rock. It was only about 2
Yeah.
and a half.
That's Northside Austin, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I make Carter drive through Austin.
Well, yeah. Why not?
I'll drive longer as long as I don't have to go through Austin. And so,
You could have met in Stephenville
well, we could have.
and skip Austin altogether.
Yeah, we'd both be kind of going at a.
Right.
But yeah, we had to do that, and then he's finished next week.
Yep.
Ryan's finished next week.
Yep.
So
But he's a graduate.
well, yeah, it's fine.
Woo!
Thank you, Jesus. I mean, for him, he's so ready to be done.
Oh, yeah.
And to be off
Oh,
onto
yeah.
his career
Oh,
and
yeah.
start his teaching life. He's applied to a couple districts, but he really wants to work in Crowley. If anyone's watching,
Right.
anyone. Look, I'm always sporting the Crowley C. Not that I'm lobbying for my child.
Yeah. Mia, if you're watching, you can try to help him get a job. Come on.
I'm just saying, Ryan Warren. No, but he finishes up Saturday. So Texas A&M Corpus is having 6 different graduations.
Right. Each college has their own moment.
Not normally.
Really?
It's different this year.
Oh, okay. Because of COVID protocol. I'm so tired of saying those words.
The boy graduates at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yikes. Yeah.
I have to get there early, get parking. At least we're first, right?
Right.
There should be parking.
In and out. You would think.
And if they're doing all 6 in one day. So I can't imagine these are going to be marathon graduation ceremonies.
No, I mean, what's the size of that? What's the size of the school?
I haven't asked Google. I don't know.
I mean, I know Oklahoma
It's not
State.
huge.
Oklahoma State does the same thing. Each of the major colleges has their own time and space for their graduation. It's not like a university graduation time. Business has theirs. Engineering will have theirs. College of Arts and Sciences, they each have their own because there's 27,000 students on campus, so they can't have 9,000 go through at once. So they spread it out.
We were just fortunate to have Marcus and Lex's graduation at the same time because, well, they had the same degree. Actually, Marcus and Lex didn't graduate at the same time. Lex leapfrogged Marcus.
Woo!
Because Marcus took a, what do you call those? A gap year without taking a gap year? Anyway.
Kudos to Lex.
Lex did a great job. Finished on time.
That's right.
But yeah, man, a lot of
You're 0
changes.
for 2 on finishing on time.
That's okay. They finished.
Being done is what's incredibly
finished,
important.
and that is, it's not always about winning the race; it's about finishing the race. Did we not learn anything from the tortoise and the hare?
That'll preach.
Did we not learn anything from the tortoise and the hare?
Right.
Saying.
Right. Don't get distracted along the way.
Right.
Stay focused. Steady wins the race.
Steady wins the race. Then we're 2 for 2. We're winning.
That's right.
We're winning.
That's right.
But he took a ridiculously hard major with a biology major, a chemistry minor, and a teaching cert. So.
Well, somebody has to do it if they're going to teach science.
Yeah, he takes his composite science test.
I thought he took that already.
No, he took life sciences. He took general science. He took his PPR, which is, from what I understand, it's rainbows and unicorns. You just answer the questions the way you think they should be handled, not the way you're really going to handle them in real life. Just from what I understand the way the test goes, having teachers in my family. Correct me if I'm wrong, teachers, but
right.
Yeah, it's rainbows and unicorns.
Tell them what they want to hear.
It's rainbows and unicorns. Everything's great. I'm fine. Everything's fine. The world is not burning around me.
Right.
We're good. So yeah, that, and then composite science gives you every discipline, which makes you very marketable.
Sure. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you can go in,
and it's about that. You've got to be marketable.
You can be a physics guy, or you can be a biology guy, or you can be a 7th grade life sciences guy, or you can be whatever you can be. It makes you a lot more hireable.
And Isabella, as she's looking at her degree plan coming when she goes to college, she's going to do choral education major. She's going to do a Spanish minor because she believes, and rightfully so, that if the arts get adjusted or reduced in the years to come, Spanish is still going to be something that's
especially in Texas,
helpful, and
I guess probably everywhere.
She can teach Spanish, she can teach music, and I think that's going to be
she can teach Spanish music,
and she can teach whatever she wants at that point. I mean, she could get on anywhere, I would imagine.
Yeah, so. It's nice to diversify, and that's in everything in life, to be able to do multiple things.
Absolutely.
Makes you more hireable.
Utility player.
Yeah.
They're very important.
So a couple weekends from now, we're taking a long road trip.
Yes.
My niece graduates in St. Louis on the 21st.
That would be a Friday.
Friday the 21st.
Okay.
Yeah. And so we get to take a trip to Missouri and see family we haven't seen since July, since the wedding. So it'd be nice to get up and see them. And we saw them on Zoom for Christmas. Wasn't quite the same, but
it's not the same.
Yeah, did a little. I was in the Cheddar's parking lot last night picking up Chris.
Right. When's he going to start driving? That's not up to you.
He has his permit. Well, he doesn't have his permit, but he's in a driver's class, so
Good.
baby steps.
That's right. Hey, by the way, shout out and congrats to Justice McCarty, our custodian.
He did not.
He got his he got his certificate.
Attaboy.
I helped him print his certificate out the other day.
This has been a process. Let me tell you, it's
I
been a
know.
process.
Shout out and congrats to him.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for him.
Absolutely.
I am so happy.
Yes. Good deal for him.
For him. If you know, you know. If you don't know, ask me. I'll tell you privately. Or ask him. He'll tell you privately.
Oh yeah.
But it's been an absolute process. So
But we're proud of him.
good job, Justice.
Yep. Absolutely proud of him. He can go road tripping now too.
He can go road tripping too. So there I am in Cheddar's parking lot,
Right.
and Joanna texts me. It's like 10:30 at night because the boy doesn't get off work till 11:15.
Oh yeah.
If in food service.
Yeah.
He's 16 now. They can do that.
That's right.
At 15, you had to be off by 9. But
Right.
Now that you're 16,
Yeah. Gone are the good old days.
right. Anyway, because they can presumably drive themselves.
Presumably. Presumably.
Anyway, Joanna reminds me, hey, Micah has these video submissions. So my sister-in-law emailed Joanna yesterday, and she says, oh, man, we were supposed to get people to send in videos. I thought I sent the email weeks ago, but for whatever reason, it didn't send. So she's freaked out. Didn't want her baby girl to not have videos. So Joanna texts me and says, hey, we're going to do that video. After being at youth all night and after...
You're like, what video?
Yeah, I left youth at like 9:30 last night. Kids were having such a good time, they hung out forever. And most of them drive now, so
Right.
a lot of them drive. And the other ones have moms that just want to hang out.
Right.
And so, yeah, I was like, I could shoot a video. So I take out my trusty iPhone SE, which I had to buy last week.
Yes.
Super excited.
Uh-huh.
And I shoot a video. It's like 30 seconds. Hey, Micah, super proud of you.
Right.
Good luck in college.
Yes.
I sent it to Joanna and said, here you go, how's this? Oh, it's great. Almost 45 minutes later, she texted me this video that she had done. She can't get through it. And she texted me. She said, this is like the 13th time I've been trying to do this video. And she's laughing through the whole thing. And she just, I don't know, she just froze up. She's
Some
like,
days are like
I
that.
can't talk without my hands. And I just thought it was funny that here I am, Captain One Take.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love the one takes.
That's
like
right.
This morning.
That's why we do these things
Yes,
live now.
Yeah, like this morning, I like the one takes. I just thought it was funny that she couldn't come up with without. But she's so scripted and so just regimented. And
By the way, did I read that
you sure did.
she got, hey, congrats to Joanna,
Yeah.
Teacher of the Year.
Employee of the Year.
Employee of the Year at Best Race.
Best Race Elementary,
Employee
yeah.
of the Year. Kudos to you.
Good. She did. She has worked her tail off. This year.
Absolutely.
She's the computer lab specialist. Well, little did she or anyone else know that she was going to be the Chromebook specialist.
Right. Well, computers. Chromebook.
Yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be that way.
Right. Well, win in a pandemic.
Win in a pandemic, right? It's kind of like win in Rome, right?
Right, yes, kind of. That's what I was going for.
So, yeah, so she got to be the Chromebook queen, and she works really close with the IT department down at base admin down at. Wow, there's a flashback
Some things never leave.
down at Central Admin. Gosh, base admin. I am going to the base today. The little thing called the Navy boys called Thirsty Thursday, where they partake of libations and.
Right.
But it's my old squadron, the Fighting 59th, and
Go see some buddies.
they are having this massive spread today. They're doing pork shoulder and
Oh, well, we can't miss that.
well, they're doing a crawfish boil.
Oh, well, we certainly can't miss that.
And I don't know if you know, but I lived in Louisiana for 9 years.
Yes.
And I learned to become quite the crawfish aficionado.
Yes.
I love me some crawfish. So
Yes.
You're watching
You know how
it.
to suck that head.
You're a former member of the Fighting 59th. I expect to see you at 16:30 today at the Goat Locker.
Even by Zoom if we have to.
That's right. Call me, text me. I'll be there. We'll go live on FaceTime.
That's
whatever
right.
we need to do. But hey, you got a trip to make this morning, and you had a trip to make last night. Your father-in-law came in town.
Yeah, I came in town and I needed to. I took him shopping a little bit, and we went out to eat. And you know, our owner, I tell you, we've been leasing this house,
Oh gosh, listen to this story.
and our owner decides. Well, he sort of decides. I think I want to sell the house.
I think.
I think I want to sell the house. So Monday a week ago, I met a realtor at the house. They did a walkthrough. I still haven't heard whether or not he's really going to sell or not. But you know, being the prepared individuals that we try to be, we've been looking at other options.
Sure.
We took such a loss on the sale of our house in Amarillo. We have no down payment.
Right.
So leasing is our only option right now. Especially, you know, first kid going to college, those expenses, one that's a junior in high school, and a girl, that's just expensive in its own right. I love you, but it's expensive, you know. And, you know, and so we're looking at lease houses, and the market is tough.
It sure is.
I mean,
It sure is.
there's not a lot. Hey, I know who we are. Okay, some people can live in 1,700 square feet. I applaud them. That is awesome. We have so much hand-me-down furniture. We just can't. And my wife's craft room, we just can't, and that's okay. It's who we are.
Right.
So finding a house that fits us, it has not been the easiest thing to do. God gave us that house, and God's going to give us another house, or God's going to make him not sell the house because.
And that's how we're praying right now.
We're praying that we don't have to. I hate moving. I hate
You've done
it.
it 3 times in 3 years.
Oh my gosh, I hate it.
So I guess you're 3 for 3 too.
Oh my gosh. 0 for 3, it feels like. I hate moving. That's what I mean.
It's true.
I hate moving. So at least if we just move across town a little bit, that's a whole lot easier than moving 6 hours someplace.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
Yeah, when we moved from the first house to this house, I did it in 2 weekends. I had a little help, and I might ask for some more help, but add a little help. But we basically got it done in 2 weekends, just because we can just run trips, 10-minute trips up and down the road. It's not that big a deal.
I've never in my life moved myself. The Navy always moved me.
Right.
And it was great.
Yeah.
They come in, they box it all up one day, they come in the next day, they put it in the truck.
Yeah.
2 days later, it's all gone.
That's a really nice thing
Yeah, and then 3 days after you get to your new duty station,
that you won't have anymore.
It shows up, only about 2 dozen things broken.
Hopefully it's not precious
Yeah,
items.
well, most of them weren't.
If you want precious items, you put them in your own car.
Yeah. Unless it's an antique dresser that your grandmother gave you.
Did it break?
We're still piecing it together.
Duct tape and super glue.
And lots of hammers. Mallets. I'm sorry, not hammers, mallets. So, today we've talked about a whole lot of nothing, but we did talk about something. We love you, Mom.
Yep. Love your
And-
mama, and not just one day a year.
And 'tis the season of road tripping.
It's just May. May is just crazy. I mean, you've got all these graduations. I mean, we've had tomorrow night is the second of 3 consecutive choir concerts that she's in, which is why my father-in-law's down. It's 'cause
Consecutive weeks or consecutive days?
consecutive weeks, 3 Fridays in a row of choir concerts. Last time was her chamber concert. Tomorrow night is her vocal studio recital. Then the next Friday is the whole choir spring concert, followed the next day by their choir banquet. And then we've just got all the end of the year
Yeah,
stuff.
May is crazy.
We're trying to figure out if we have to move or not. I mean,
In the middle of everything that's already on the schedule.
yeah, I mean, I've got convention to go to in June, so we're hoping.
That it doesn't get in that
Yeah,
way.
I don't want to get in that way. I want to go to convention. This is a very important year.
Yeah.
We've got some very important decisions as a larger convention to make that's going to shape some direction of our convention. I mean, like most churches, we're all in flux right now, trying to figure out the new reality. I'm not even going to call it the new normal.
Right.
It's a new reality. You'll get it in the s'more here after a while this morning, the weekly update. We use S'more. S'more is a newsletter program we use, but the weekly update, I can't live in 2019, and I can't live.
No.
I can't expect that after the pandemic, somehow I'm going to magically be able to forget this last 15 months
Right.
and just pick up where we left off in March 17th of 2020.
Go Men in Black mode and they hit us with the
Yeah,
little flashy thing.
if only. But I can't. We can't do that. I can't go back. I can only go forward. And so, as a convention, as a church, as a human being, if you're stuck living in the 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2010s, you're going to get left behind. And because the rest of us are living in 2021, a third already finished, and looking, we're actually now approaching halfway.
We're closer to half than we are to zero.
And we can't go backward. So, I may prefer the music of the 80s. That's why I have an 80s on 8 channel remembered on my radio.
Yeah, I do too.
Prime Country is a channel on my radio because that's 80s and 90s.
80s country was the best country.
It was,
You got out of the twang of Conway Twitty. And
right.
away from the pop of today.
Right. I mean, it was just good stuff. But, but I can't live there.
No.
I have to live today.
We can reminisce.
And hey, I can go back and think, hey, that was a great time. But if my going back to say that was a great time means it's the only great time there is, then I'm forsaking today.
Yeah.
And Jesus said you can't do that. You got to live today. I can't live yesterday. And really, the Bible will even say, don't live for tomorrow. Because tomorrow's a vapor. It comes and goes. You don't know. Your life's a vapor. It comes and goes. You don't know what's going to happen. You got to live for right now.
Great country song, If Tomorrow Never Comes.
If tomorrow never comes. Right.
If tomorrow never comes.
And
how does everything come back to a country song?
Well, because it just does.
I bet you Eric could,
unanswered prayers, if
I bet you Eric could chime in on that one. He needs to come have a sit with us one Thursday morning.
It's and that's just the way life is. We can't go back. We can.
It's tough. It's when you finally get to that realization point, and you finally realize, yes, it was great. But if I lived in 1995, I wouldn't have my other 3 kids.
Right.
As good as 1995 was.
Yeah. Absolutely. 1992 was senior year in college for me. Great, awesome year. But if I lived there, I don't have a wife and kids.
Right.
And if I today, with a wife and 2 kids, try to live in 92, then I'm forsaking the relationships I have right now in front of me, and then my kids make fun of me.
They probably do that anyway. I see you, Eric. I see you, Eric.
It's so we have to live. We can't live for today. We have to live in today.
Right.
And there's a difference. Living for today means that I don't care a thing about tomorrow. And Jesus isn't against us thinking about tomorrow, but we can't be so living yesterday that we don't deal with
recognize today.
Yeah, and I can't be so enamored with tomorrow that I don't live right now. We have to live right now. It's the only moment we have. So what can I do for Jesus and the kingdom to its greatest opportunity now? In the way that people need it now. And that's just what you have to do. And those people and those churches and those organizations that are doing that are going to succeed coming out of the pandemic. Those who don't will be dead by 2024. If any organization cannot realize, going virtual has forever changed our educational system. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying it's all for the good,
Not either.
But tech has changed how we do things. And we have to realize things have changed. And we can either dig our heels in and say, I refuse to change, and then you, like the dinosaurs, will be gone. Mm-hmm. Or we can say, let me adapt a little bit and see how can I adapt a little bit so that my life is productive today, not just my mind is productive because I'm thinking about yesterday. There's a big difference. Got to live for today. Today.
Those are some deep thoughts.
Well,
I don't know how much.
Digging deep with dads.
Also, another great country song.
Everything goes back to good country, man.
It really does. I mean, there was some good artists back in the day.
There were.
I don't ever listen to it anymore.
I discovered Chris Ledoux the other day.
Oh.
I had never. I mean, I'd heard. I'd heard some people reference him, but I'd never really listened to him, or I didn't know that's who it was singing. Because back in the day when you listened, you didn't have a name and a title on
your car.
On the car, you either knew him or you didn't.
You had to pull the tape out to remember who you were listening to.
Yeah, and so I went to Spotify and I found a Chris Ledoux playlist, and I listened. I'm like, oh, I know that song. Oh wait, I know that song. Oh wait, so that's who that was all these years. I didn't know it was him.
All this time,
but
you don't know what you don't know.
But Garth Brooks would say that it's Chris Ledoux that got him started. I mean, that's his inspiration. And if you listen to Garth Brooks, he sounds a whole lot like Chris Ledoux. Yeah. He's got a little bit of that hillbilly rock going on, and
another great country song, Hillbilly Rock. Man, we're just bringing back all the memories. Hey, I gotta go. He's gotta go. We can talk about country music all morning.
All morning.
Man, I love 80s country.
That's right. Hey, we'll see you this weekend. Love your mama, hug her neck. See you Sunday.